The power sector by the Industry 5.0. Advantage India. Total generation in India, including renewable sources, in billions of units. Corporate MOM, corporate management, orbit emission.
Copyright, corporate MOM, corporate management orbit emission.
I'm in the process of creating the ethical operating system of Industry 5.0. Here in this case, Tesla, I share with you some of my notes in preparation for Tesla Energy. A two-day workshop scheduled during October. Here I discuss in this particular area is power, what are the growing demand in India, attractive opportunities in the power sector, the policy support from the government, higher investments expected, and some of the takeaways. Then where the power sector vis-a-vis Viksit Bharat 2047. We are going toward 2047. Before that, we analyze the GDP data, strategic plan 2030, and where power sector stands. Then this is my I 5.0 is mainly on the Indian philosophy. So I take you particularly on the GDP calculator that we are been doing. I'm going toward how to one with the universe. It's totally different and it's exciting. So one I call about the Sankalpa is the determination what we have to do, and how Industry 5.0 makes a change in our approach to data dynamics. Here in this particular page, I'm inviting actually other people. We have started the Tesla Energy. We have to necessarily take into account each and every sector, industry sector. The starting point is Tesla Energy. Thanks a lot. Now, my invitation stands in the sense the Industry 5.0 is on. I shall be conducting the two-day workshop for Tesla Energy now. Tesla Energy manufacturing ethics prototype. Microsoft operating system as ethical infrastructure. And BCG consulting as ethical catalyst. They have become my coalition partners for Industry 5.0 as initiated by me, that is IBCM. Final insight, if we look into it, what is happening around the whole world, particularly in the United States. AI and AI may automate, but quantum computing, guided by Indian philosophy, can liberate. AI replaces the existing jobs. Quantum computing opens up millions of new jobs. That is where I invite you. Take a look. The overall content of I 5.0 is layer 1 is quantum accountability, which I shall be giving to every one of the sector analysts for the purpose of conducting the two-day workshop. Layer 2 is human AI collaboration. Number 3 layer is the doc value. Layer 4 is societal value redistribution. The very important thing which comes after the doc value. Take a look. So I invite the companies to go for Industry 5.0 for adoption and have a word with me before deciding on issuing pink slips. Industry 5.0 HI revolution, a lot of work has to be done by every one of us associated with any company, in any industry, in any sector. So don't take for granted AI syndrome will engulf you. I would like you to challenge yourself, come forward. Industry 5.0 is going to make a huge, very huge difference in our deployment of people and utilization of people. Power sector, a growing demand. The installed power capacity of 472.46 gigawatts as of April 30, 2025. Power consumption in India in financial year 23 is 1.6 trillion units. In Financial year 25, India consumed 1.7 trillion units, a 5-year CAGR of 7.4%. In financial year 26, peak demand is expected 277 gigawatts. Next 5 years, at 2030, demand CAGR of 6.6% by ICRA. Here I'd like to tell you that growing demand is there and power sector is there. I would like to put it, my growth of CAGR is 10% minimum, but I would like to target for 15%, not maximum, in the power sector. And that is what I 5.0 is coming to. We are not in the same old methodology of ex post facto. We are putting up a CAGR of 15%, 2030, and it will be done by the denominator, which is what we are trying to get it done in I 5.0, which is human energy. It's totally different. Take a look. Power sector, attractive opportunities are there. Indian power sector presents an investment opportunity worth about 40 lakhs crores, about US dollar 462 billion dollars over the next decade. Renewable energy and transmission infrastructure offer attractive prospects, such as power grids, 200,000 crore, that is about 23.1 billion US dollars capital expenditure opportunity. India's wind energy sector, which is about 100 gigawatts of production by 2030, is quite good. That's what is happening around. Take a look. Power sector, the policy support. India has unveiled a comprehensive plan worth of 9.15 lakh crores, roughly about 109.5 US dollars, 9.5 billion US dollars, I'm sorry. Projected demand for 458 gigawatts by 2032. Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana for installing rooftop solar in 1 crore households. Few states led by Gujarat to power 1 crore homes. It's all developing. A lot of policy support is coming from the government of India. Power sector, higher investments. Investments 2032, transmission and distribution, rupees 915,920 crores, roughly about 107 billion US dollars. India's power sector, investment worth about 17 lakh crores, $205.31 billion. India's energy storage sector, an investment of 479,000 crore, roughly about 56.07 billion US dollars by 2032. Water group, just for example, investment of rupees 15,100 crores, about 1.77 billion dollars. Things are happening. A lot of investments are coming in the power sector, no doubt. Power sector, some of the takeaways. The top power producing states in India: number 1, Gujarat; number 2, Maharashtra; number 3, Tamil Nadu; number 4, Rajasthan; number 5, Karnataka; number 6, Uttar Pradesh, followed by other states. Here I am presenting the budgeting roadmap for India 2047, the strategy plan for 2030, and some of the information that I've collected mainly from IBF. But the projection part of it is being done by me according to what I feel is the best way to go forward with I 5.0, Industry 5.0. If you look at the sector-wise GDP in India, totaling about 2.5 trillion to 3 trillion, and expanding to about 5 trillion in 2031. We look at the figures in electricity, gas, water supply, utility services. Approximately comes to about 3% at the moment, and it will grow to 3.57% in 2030-31. We will take a look. Look at the agriculture sector. This currently is about 549.11 US dollars, billion US dollars, going up to 1 trillion US dollars. It's very important. Agriculture is the most important. Where in 1993, 94, until then, China and India had been neck to neck, and then they shut off China. We were behind is the most important thing, because during the COVID-19, about 850 million people have been given the free agriculture products and other things. With the result, there was no otherwise India would have been wiped out during COVID-19. This is a very important aspect of the stability for the Indian nation is the agriculture. So I'm putting that on the top, 549.11 to US billion dollars to 1 trillion US dollars is roughly about 20% of the total of $5 trillion GDP we are expecting. If you look at the electricity, gas, water supply and other utility goes from 3% to 3.57%. If you look at the only one, that is public administration, defense, etc., I have brought, that's the one. Public administration is going to be reduced, and that is a reduction that we have to look into by EII coming in from 13.94% currently and coming to about 11.74%. This is where the dark value is there, major one. Take note of it. Now, other things have to expand automatically, particularly mining and quarrying sector, which is the maximum because it has critical metals from $70 billion to $210 billion. So that is going to make a huge difference. The manufacturing is correlated to defense, where a lot of inter alia, a lot of things are happening around, and manufacturing's contribution is going to be very, very high. So this is the sum and total of what I projected to 5 trillion, and the way to go is what I would like to stress upon right now. Since all our work here in I 5.0 is based on Indian philosophy, I'm very happy to present here what we call the Sankalpa every month during the new moon day, which we take. And India has a tradition. That's a Sankalpa is one with the universe. India has a tradition of chanting a Sankalpa on every new moon day. A Sankalpa is nothing more than an intention, a solemn vow, determination or will. In practical terms, a Sankalpa means a one-pointed resolve to focus both psychologically and philosophically on a specific goal. In addition, the sacred practitioners declare where they are in the context of time. They start from the Big Bang and list the time that has elapsed since then until today's date, calculating step by step and arriving at the day by identifying oneself with the universe. Sankalpa, one with the universe. I like to tell what Carl Sagan highlighted Hinduism's unique connection to cosmological timescales, noting that a day and night of Brahma is about 8.64 billion years, a duration comparable to modern cosmology, and about half the age of the universe since the Big Bang. He stated in his book, Cosmos, that this aligns with scientific understanding, making Hinduism the only world religion with such vast cosmic cycles of death and rebirth that correspond with scientific cosmology. This is an important indication for applying to our corporate strategy. The major problem that, as I had explained earlier, is not applicable, and it should not be acceptable also. And coming from the various states, the economic data analysis that we have been regularly putting in to various big forums And as of, in my opinion, it's absolutely useless data that I've been brought in. To have to correct that, that is what Industry 5.0 is trying to do by the denominator, which is human energy. They are the one who makes a lot of waves, and those waves have to be captured and have to be identified with what a single farmer or a single company, a single individual within a company does, and what he does or she does have to be reflected in the GDP level, in the forums like OECD and other things and all that. That is the purpose of I 5.0. Please take a look. Goal congruence, Industry 5.0, one with the universe, as we did for the Sankalpa, same Sankalpa. Economic Survey of India, presented before the national budget, is the pulse of nation's economy. Data delays, very many states delay the submission. Ends a note, N/A, meaning not applicable. It must be read as not acceptable. So much of days. And very many of them, they do all sorts of jugglery with their economic data analytics and give it to the summit, to the national budget, Economic Survey of India, and then it passes on to FAO, GDP, Economic Survey of India, IMF, World Bank, OECD, all have the same data, which once it goes out of your company's data, your data in your company, one goes out of it, that's the end of it. It has no meaning whatsoever to any of the things that is being submitted anywhere in the world, in any institutions. It's a very important thing. So in Industry 5.0, it will change. How? Say if a figure of agriculture, say a produce of wheat, start from the top, that is, say $50 billion, break to several districts. There are 806 districts in India, down to a village, down to a farmer. His produce must be made available as part of the $50 billion. It is possible by FPOs and FPCs in Industry 5.0. So will be for each industry sector. That is the essence of AI HI collaboration.